I cannot express how much I love this job. It's 3:40 a.m. and we're going live to talk about a long snapper because Louisiana long snapper Carter Milliron, you are a Florida Gator.
You are Locked On Gators, your daily podcast on the Florida Gators. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Locked On Gators, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Thanks for making Locked On Gators your first, second, third, fourth, however many times you're listening to it, whatever number you're listening to it. Thanks for listening to Locked On Gators. Thanks for joining us for this live stream where long snapper Carter Milliron, it could go either way, right? Has committed to the Florida Gators. And special teams coordinator Jonathan Galante has now successfully got his kicker, his punter, and his long snapper all out of the transfer portal. Florida has their Sunbelt snapper. We've got that all set up. Special teams looking like it's finally set up for the Florida Gators. And damn, I'm happy. Honestly, I'm already happy. I'm not gonna pretend that I know all about this this special teams edition. Like I'm an expert on long snapping. I love it. I respect it. I'm gonna watch it, right? Like I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna support it. I'm gonna be a fan of it. But Carter Milliron, 6 feet tall, 257 pounds. Ryan, master's degree. So for the remainder until, like October, September, something like that. But the Florida Gators have added the long snapper, and now Jonathan Galante has successfully finished his special teams big three. And the special teams big three are the kicker, punter, and the long snapper. Returners, they're on the roster already, I'm assuming, right? Or if they're not on the roster, I'm assuming they're going to be added to contribute at a different position. College football has way less. Like in the NFL, there's a bunch of guys where it's like, oh, like you're a return man and that's your job. And in college, there's way less than that. It's you're a receiver or running back and you're going to be back there returning kicks as well. But for Florida, you're replacing a really good special teams unit. That was genuinely like as far as those three go, Trace Max, an NFL kicker. I know that a bunch of Florida Gators fans don't like punter Tommy Doman. I get why, but he's also an NFL punter, at least for a bit. Led the country in hang time, or was like second in hang time or something like that. As a punter, that's valued. And I do think that you'd also feel a lot better about Tommy Doman if the offense wasn't as terrible as it was. Because if the Florida Gators offense wasn't as terrible as it was, like Tommy Doman was punting by his 30-ish yard line, right? His own 30-ish yard line. And he wasn't a big leg guy. He was more of a placement punter. And so he's not getting the ball, far downfield. You get him to the 40, 45, 50. He's getting you down to inside the 20. So I do think that the opinion of him would be way different, because if you were getting him close enough to where he can actually be threatening, then you'd be talking about how awesome he is hang time wise, how awesome he is accuracy wise as a punter. And NFL teams will see that and care about that. Long snapper that you are replacing is Rocco Underwood, who may be the best long snapper in college football last year. I think that he's just, first off, very rarely screwed up. He had one or two that I think were killer. But for me, the thing that made Rocco Underwood so damn good was how consistently he would be part of the actual unit downing the punt or making the stop there. And I think that not enough people really talk about that or give that credit. Carter Milliron redshirted last year. I'm assuming 36 snaps played in 4 games. And they were the first 4 games of the season. 2024 played, every game. 2023 played every game. PFF grades for him are not good. I'll say that. I will say the PFF grades for him are not good. 60 is average. In 2022, he had a 61.8. In 2023, he had a 72.3. In 2024, he had a 26.3. And in 2025, he had a 47.9. I have no idea how to explain that to you, how to break it down to you. I can tell you this, though. I'm going to be a sick bastard and watch. I'm gonna do that. But I also think that we can talk about Coach Galante as one of the, like, Tulane also had a great special teams unit last year. And, Florida brought their kicker and punter and Patrick Durkin and Alec Clark to Gainesville. And so, I'm not going to say he's another Rocco Underwood, but frankly, I wouldn't say anybody's another Rocco Underwood. I thought that kid was great. We have Lance Dahl from Locked On Kentucky here because he said, my word, he's serious. Because I texted the group chat and said, you losers enjoy the college football playoff semifinal. Florida just got a transfer portal long snapper that we're going live for. And you need to know, I'm never kidding when I say that. We're here for it. We're here for it. We've got a long snapper. It is 3:45 in the morning here in England. And we're talking about a long snapper from Louisiana that is now committed to the Florida Gators. And I'll tell you what, John Summerall got another commit in the transfer portal. I like it. I do. I just like adding players. That's it. I'm not going to say that I like the ad. I know nothing about him other than the PFF grades. That's it. Like I said, I will go back and watch him because I'm just sick like that. I do like my group chat. Thank you, Yoba. Said back-to-back personal fouls for Miami. My group chats are saying that they're unraveling. I love it. I hope they lose this game so badly. I know that they're going to get to talk about being in the college football playoff semifinal. I don't care as long as they lose. That's it. Ray Graves said Summerall got 3:30 a.m. lives going for long snapper that brought in the Kentucky podcast host to watch. Dude's just different. Well, I mean, John Summerall, of course, is going to get the Kentucky podcaster in here because John Summerall coached at Kentucky, played for Kentucky. So Lance, of course, has to watch when we talk about a long snapper from Louisiana, Lafayette. I got corrected one time for how I pronounced it. Thinking about Denzel Aberdeen right now. Lance, I'm just happy that Denzel Aberdeen has a coach that finally trusts him and believes in him in Mark Pope. I'm just happy for him. Sure, less than a year ago, he was shooting free throws to win the national championship. But Todd Golden clearly just didn't trust him. So I'm glad, I'm happy for him that he got that he has a coach that trusts him and believes in him. That's what matters. Surprisingly, there's not, when London Montgomery committed like an hour ago, we had about 100 and something people in here, almost 200 at one point. Surprisingly, there's not the same amount of love for long snapper Carter Milliron. Again, I could be butchering that name. It's either Milliron or Milliron, and I refuse to accept that there might be another alternative to it. But the Florida Gators have their special teams unit mostly sorted out here. Thank you, Kareem. If I'm anything, it's sarcastic. So I like that. I don't know if it's the last listen. We'll see. I'll tell you what, they have another hour. And if they don't make another announcement within an hour, another commitment within an hour, that'll be 5 a.m. for me. And I'm going to record and then I'm going to go to bed. We are going to talk about that. We'll talk about the chat. We're just having a good time with this one, right? That's all we're doing here. We'll talk about that when we get back with Locked On Gators. Let's be real. Managing your finances can feel overwhelming. Between subscriptions you forgot about, bills that keep going up, paying an overrated guard that wasn't trusted by his previous basketball coach, trying to figure out where all your money actually goes each month. It's easy to feel like you're losing control. And who has time to track every transaction? I have spreadsheets. I'm not going to share my spreadsheets with you. I could share like the template, but I have spreadsheets where I track all my finances. I'm not saying transaction by transaction, but I still miss things all the time. It's nuts. That's where Rocket Money comes in. The personal finance app that helps you take control. It finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Join at rocketmoney.com/lockedon. That's rocketmoney.com/lockedon. rocketmoney.com/lockedon. Thanks again for making Locked On Gators your first listen of the day every day. We are available daily and free whether it's in the podcast and on YouTube. I am Brandon Olsen, the host of Locked On Gators, lifelong Florida Gators fan. We'll talk about this. We'll talk every message in the chat we'll get to. That's fine. Phoenix Riser said long snappers are people too. Yes, actually. I love long snappers, and that's not a joke. I have my first interview with a long snapper was Bet Rocket Money could tell us how to run better offense than Kentucky does. You know what's funny, Lance? You can say you bet Rocket Money could tell us how to run better offense than Kentucky does, and we don't know if you're talking about football or basketball. You get both of them, so good job there. Nailed that one. You get both with that question. We need to start a Red Bull and Monster fund for Brandon. I don't drink Red Bull. I'll drink Monster. It's not my energy drink of choice usually. But I have started to drink it more because that's what they have in England. Usually I'm like Bang Ghosts. Like I need a few hundred milligrams of caffeine. And I have been pounding them during the transfer portal. Someone at Ryan Tooper asked what my sleep schedule is. My sleep schedule during the transfer portal is I record my show at 5 a.m. like the morning one. I record it at 5 a.m. I go to sleep at 6:30 a.m. I wake up at 10 a.m. and then I start the day all over again. And we've done that every day this week. We're going to keep doing that until the transfer portal closes and is shut down. Is it sustainable? No. But we don't need to sustain it. We just need it for a couple weeks. Anyway, my first interview with a long snapper was, I want to say 2020. Steve Wordle, Iowa State long snapper at the Senior Bowl. Met up with him and absolutely had to get that going. Absolutely had that one where I was like, I need to do this. I'm going to be really happy about this. I'm really excited for it. And so that was my first interview with a long snapper. I've interviewed a few long snappers actually. We had Brett DiGuardi, who is the Gators long snapper in like 2020, 2021. We had him on before the draft, whatever year he was there, he went undrafted, almost just went up to good. So we had him going on there. I've interviewed quite a few long snappers, kickers, punters. When I used to cover just the draft, we would talk specialists all the time. We really do love specialists. I'm a nerd in the best and worst way, we'll say. So we got that. And Florida, by the way, got a long snapper. So Carter Milliron, it's something, right? We'll get an answer at some point. But Florida did it, right? Got to multitask and watch both the playoff game and support Brandon and our new long snapper. Love me some special teams. You need to love you some special teams. Like everyone overlooks special teams until you have a bad snap, which someone in one of the subtext insider program, someone messaged about a long snapper value. You need special teams until you have a punter that screws up, right? Like I'm a Giants fan. I still remember Matt Dodge in the late 2000s, maybe early 2010s, and Tom Coughlin telling him, punt it out of bounds. And Matt Dodge punted it right down the middle. And that was the miracle at the Meadowlands with Deshaun Jackson returning the punt for the Eagles, and the Giants lost that game. And Matt Dodge never punted in the NFL again. That was like he was a rookie, I'm pretty sure, and he never punted in the NFL again partially because of that punt. You don't care about special teams until your kicker shanks a 30-yarder because it's college, right? Like having a good special teams unit matters. Coach Galante, again, like the grades are not good for Carter Milliron, right? I don't know how PFF grades. In fact, I'll tell you right now how I'm going to judge how PFF grades. I'm going to go to by position. It is 3:51 a.m. I'm going to go to by position. I'm going to go to special teams. I can't sort by long snapper. It just shows up as special teams, and that's annoying. But we're going to look at this and we're going to see the grade. And the only thing I'm basing it on is where Rocco Underwood is ranked, where Rocco Underwood shows up grade wise. Lance, I'm not saying that one. I'm not saying that one, but yeah, gotta love it. It's taking a while to load. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let's see. Can I sort by snaps? Would that help me? I'm just gonna go team Florida, see where Rocco is. Rocco Underwood, special teams grade. Oh my goodness. Now these grades are awful. These grades don't matter at all. I don't even know where Rocco is. I don't even know where the hell Rocco Underwood is on this. Rocco Underwood has a 61.2 grade. All right, that's a load of crap. PFF grades don't matter. I don't care what Carter Milliron has. Yeah, I don't care what Carter Milliron's PFF grade is. PFF grades definitely, like, they don't matter anyway, in general, is my opinion. They definitely don't matter for long snappers. What a load of crap that is. I just want to say that. Yeah, that's an awful one. But Florida has landed their long snapper. Special teams unit looks like it's finally set up now under Coach Galante. You've got your kicker in Patrick Durkin, who's one of the best kickers in college football. You've got your punter in Alec Clark, who is one of the more reliable punters in college football. And then you've got your long snapper in Carter Milliron, who is Carter Milliron. And PFF evidently hates his guts. PFF grade-wise, he's not too far off from Rocco Underwood. But I think where they have Rocco Underwood is very indicative that grades do not matter here. So there's that. Thanks for making Locked On Gators your first listen of the day every day. We are available daily and free reviews on the podcast and on YouTube. We will be going live if there's another commit within the next hour and 10 minutes, we'll say. And if there's not, then there's not. We got multiple lives today. We got good news today. We're going to have more good news tomorrow. It's going to be a hell of a transporter window. John Summerall is kicking ass and taking names. For Locked On Gators, I'm Brandon Olsen. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at WNS_Brandon. Find all of my written work with New York Giants on SI and swampsignal.substack.com, where we'll have scouting reports for the transfer portal editions. And I will see you all next time.